Hi, I'm the Autistic Dog Wizard. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to go through the process of introducing a dog to the pack. The dog's name is Louie. He's a American Staffordshire Terrier. He's 4 years old. He's had some issues with reactivity on leash. He's been to about 3 different homes, and so he went to 2 different trainers before I was contacted. And the idea behind training is that it works. Training works. Training works for teaching a dog to do certain activities, like sitting, staying, doing the typical training stuff. And so you're going to see in this video that I actually say that the training that this dog was gone through is useful and it works. But the only thing it doesn't work for is it doesn't work to make more friends. You can't train a dog to get more friends. So that's where I come in. So I went to the owners and I talked to them a little bit about Louie, and they said that, you know, the trainers, there were some things that worked and there were some things that didn't work. But really what they wanted for him, and I mentioned how important this was to get friends. So friends are really important for dogs, and so that's what I provide in the pack. The pack gives the opportunity for a dog who hasn't had friends in the past to have friends. So I want to show you how it's done. Now keep in mind that this dog has demonstrated some serious, not really serious aggressive behaviors, but aggressive enough and reactivity high enough that I had to take my precautions with this guy. This is not the kind of guy you could just let into the pack and then he's fine. I'll explain in the video where his social level is at, where his true disposition is, whether it's dominance, is it insecurity, is it fear, is it high energy. There's a variety of things that it could be, and we'll discover that through the video. So enjoy the video, and I will keep you informed about what's going on throughout the video as well. I'll talk a lot about the information, and hopefully this helps people see how the process is done with a pack. It's very different than going to dog training. I don't do dog training, I do pack rehabilitation. So the pack knows what to do to bring a dog back to normal state of mind, back to dog life. I'm the Autistic Dog Wizard. Enjoy the show. Do Louie pack introductions. Stay. Keep him inside. Sit. 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 That's good. Figured Jeff would be good. So the fact that the pack is not reacting to him too highly is a good sign. Shh. That sound was more good sound, not a bad sound. So learning what his sounds do or mean is important, because that sound that he just made could be misinterpreted as, you know, aggressive or, you know, wanting to do something mean or something, but it's not. It's good. She put a little growl. She's a strong female. There's about 5 females here. She's not the strongest one of all the females here. She's probably the second and lowest. There's 3 or 4 higher than her. He reacted really well with her. That's good. Good boy. She likes him. I kind of figured she'd be a good dog for him, actually, because she's not too threatening, but she's very social. So far he's doing well. This has been about maybe less than 5 minutes, 5 minutes or so. And he's laying down. Good boy. That's a good sign. All good signs so far. And we'll just manage the excitement level. The trick with these kind of dogs dogs in general, but these kind of dogs manage their excitement level. So that's our objective. We're not going to let him be excited. No excitement. We're going to let him socialize, but we're not going to let him be excited about it. So you don't want him, see how he's touching his bum on me like that? You really don't want them to do that. So I'm just going to push his bum like that. There we go. His rear end on my leg adds up to any behaviors that I don't want him to do. A little ear massage when you do it, just to make him feel a little bit better about himself. So just give him a little blink when he looks at you. Don't hold eye contact when they look at you when you want them to be calm. It's my way of telling them from a dog language point of view to take it easy. Shaking off, that's a good thing. Shaking off, good boy. But I really didn't get any impression that he's not that aggressive, honestly. Believe me, the dogs would be telling me otherwise. So the dogs know more information about what I use the dogs for the proper information that I need about a dog. For now, we'll leave it on him, just for a bit. Now, knowing that he has a little bit of a history with trainers who probably didn't, do this the same kind of way, I can tell just subtly here and there that he's been kind of expecting to be like harshly corrected. So it's unfortunate because we're not going to be doing that today. And I put all the assertive males away. We'll just walk him around a bit. Yeah, it's really uncomfortable for him, unfortunately. He likes Molly. Kind of figured he would anyway. From this moment, how can it be? See, I'm holding the leash. You always got to hold it real loose when you're dealing with dogs like that. It's not very likely you'd want to attack her, believe me. She's a tough girl. He's doing pretty good so far. But I could see where the problems could persist. Like I could see why they're having difficulty, right? Because he kind of holds that stiff behavior where he holds still, and then what's he going to do, right? So we want to change that tension, that not too tense, but he is a little tense, from, so he goes still like that. So we're going to change that behavior from being unsure what to do around dogs. I'm getting the impression he doesn't have a lot of social skills. That's my impression, but not too sure. Like that's not normal sociability type stuff, right? This is why Jeff is so good. He's the only male I can have out here right now. Well, except for Sawyer, I guess, but. So when he looks at me, what I do is, you can't see my face, but I'll describe it. So he looks up at me, I close my eyes and I turn my head away. And that tells him that everything is okay. But if I kept looking at him, it would add energy to his body for one. And it would also mean that I'm slightly more concerned. That's also what it would mean. So this is a situation where if I was adding tension to the leash, it could create the behavior that we're trying to avoid. Right now he's being more playful, right? And he hasn't escalated at, to an excitement level that I have to correct. His pupils are pretty big. See, his pupils are a little bit bigger than all the other ones, right? So what I did just there for him was I gave him a long exhale, which helps them relax, because when you're breathing on a shallow rate, generally you're going to be breathing a more shallow rhythm without really noticing it when you're in a fight flight type mode. But because we're in a calm, confident mode, I have the ability to just let it out. But you can do that at any time. Giving your dog, and I purposely like threw my breath right into his face. I don't think I'm going to keep that muzzle on for too long. It's just a little too uncomfortable, but we'll just leave it on for a little longer. I want to see him react. So far he's doing good. He's a follower state. The good thing about him, that he's a following kind of dog. He's not a dominant dog. The reason why I know that is because the other dominant males came up to him and were like, oh, he's not a dominant dog. He might be like energetic and not too well socialized and have anxiety and have some issues, but the social dynamics showed me that he's not a dominant dog, so that's good. So anyway, he's doing well, but we're gonna still take the socialization process gradually, starting with the more easier going dogs and generally working up to the more not so easy going dogs. So you see, he just gave me a nice little low blink. Low blink means that he is cooperating. That's what that means. So you want to look for that blink. Come here. Go in there for a bit. Good boy. Stay. He's good in a crate, obviously. So what he's going to see with you is you're going to see how when you come out, all the dogs follow you. So that tells him that you're, you know, who you are. All right. Easy. Easy. Hey. Just gonna put him over here for a minute. I'll leave him in here for a minute and go settle everyone out down outside. Stay. So what I noticed is that when he went into a more heightened state, he definitely went into the more defensive state, which meant he was ready for dogs to kind of go after him a bit. So probably had that happen to him in the past. So he seems to be acting in a more defensive way than aggressive way, actually. So now he just brushed my leg and he smelt me. So he wants to know how calm I am, which I am very calm. Go. So now I'm going to put on a little bit more leadership for him. Generally, it's always a good idea to move around with dogs to help them manage their anxiety or their whatever behavior. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move around with him. So he's really trying to get your attention is what he's doing. He's looking at you when he's doing this? Yeah. Has nothing to do with the dogs. I'm not going to let him do that and focus on you. So that's why I'm keeping him moving. Keeping him moving keeps his mind more calm. He's the kind of guy who's like, he's super obedient. So we could use that. His ears are back. He's not fixating on Lita. He's not fixating on you as much anymore. He likes you. He really does. But the relationship has to be developed in a certain kind of way. Otherwise it'd be too intense. You know what I mean? But so far he's doing pretty good socially with the dogs. See, he acts kind of stiff. He doesn't know what to do socially. He's insecure. So let me just pause in the video for a moment because this is a critical moment in the video. Louie is acting in a defensive way. He's not acting in a dominant, forward-moving, aggressive style of way, which is very important to determine what is causing the reactivity in the dog. So you'll see that he goes through a little flip here, And the flip is something that he's done before. He's done reactivity with dogs around him before. And I'm pretty sure he's used to dogs coming after him right after he does that reactivity. So this is a real test. So dogs go through a real test whenever they come to the pack. They test me. They test my leadership ability and my depth of respect and depth of relationship I have with all the dogs around me. So he does a flip and then he stands around and he waits for any dogs coming in. And you'll see that I stop a dog, not with contact, by the way. You don't see that on camera, but I do not touch any dog right here. I just block him with the stick, and then I block Diesel with his intention as well. Their intention is to come in, either give a sniff or give a little correcting bite, and I don't want them to do that. I want to show that Louie can trust me, that I can keep him safe, and that everything is still relaxed even after his worst moment, which they do intentionally. They do intentionally create that worst moment to see how you handle it. And so I successfully handle this situation, and this is how he goes from having the energy of potentially biting and going after a dog throughout the beginning of this video to the next section that you're going to see where I take the muzzle off. And this is the moment right here. This trust has been developed in this very moment. There's been a couple of tense moments where he's shown some tension. Hey, yeah. Like that. That's why he's wearing a muzzle. But he doesn't need harsh corrections for it. He just needs to have that. Diesel, stop. He just needs to have that fixation interrupted. Like that's sit. 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 That's why the big boys aren't here. Good girl. So he's sort of testing me out in a way, because that's what dogs always do. He's testing out how much control I have over these dogs, which will make him feel more relaxed. So he just did a flip, and then he was expecting dogs to come at him. And because I stopped them, that's why the stick's important. It's good. It's good for him. That's how we're building trust. I'm building trust that way. Yeah, he likes that. Good boy. I'll take his muzzle off for a bit. I put away a couple of the males that were trying to mount him, or one of them anyway. He didn't like that too much, but he wasn't being mean about it. He was just telling them to stay off, which I was doing as well. They weren't really aggressive outbursts. It was more anxiety.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
It wasn't like he was trying to go after a dog.
No.
He would have been confrontational with the bull terrier with that energy she was giving off, because that's his breed. But he really hasn't been confrontational with anybody. I took the muzzle off because it was just kind of rubbing his face, and
Yeah, he's much more relaxed now.
yeah, he's more relaxed. He's more able to socialize. He feels more comfortable without it,
Yeah.
and I don't want it to create a mark on his face. But I'm still keeping the leash on, obviously. I'm not going to take the leash off. Jeff's been really good for him. Jeff over here.
Yeah.
Jeff just kind of showing him that we just kind of play around here and be silly. We don't be serious. We're not serious. I'm serious, but when I have to be. But the dogs can just kind of be themselves and just be a dog and have fun. Exercise, like we're not exercising today, but normally we'd be doing exercise, not just standing around in the backyard, but it's hot and we got a new dog here, so. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions about what I did, how I did it, because there's a lot going on internally inside of me. So I'm managing the dog's behavior by my internal chemistry and my energy that I'm giving off. That's the process of working with a pack. It's not a lot of training, there's not a lot of correcting, there's not a lot of sitting, there's not a lot of, so that comes later on, and creating the structure for the dog required is you employ all the training stuff. But in the beginning, it's more about communicating from an animalistic, spiritual point of view. So the spirit connects right away with the animal, which is what I did when I met the dog, Louie, for the first time a week ago. And what I did in that situation is immediately I went into his environment, and he was there and he acted well, and I connected immediately with him spiritually. What that means is every being on this planet has a spiritual purpose. And so I start to have a cognition, an intuition about his purpose on this planet, his purpose to come to Earth. And that's really where the spirit comes in. The spirit is, why am I here? Who am I here to help? Dogs really care about helping people. And so I felt that right away. He was like, oh, you're finally here. Where you been? We've been waiting for you. We got work to do here. Let's work this through so that we can improve these lives, the lives of these people. And so that spiritual connection happened non-verbally through energy and spirit right in the first 5 seconds. And then it's a process of like facilitating that process. And that's where the animal comes in. So the animal is more concerned with like energy and concerned with your emotions and concerned with how you handle your body, the tone of voice you use. All those things matter to an animal. So I'm really treating Louie not like a dog. I'm treating him more like an animal. So we're doing the animal thing before we do the dog. And the dog is more like nose, eyes, ears. We'll get more into that later. But really I'm focusing on not talking to him. I'm not focusing on the fact that he's a Staffordshire Terrier. And I'm not focusing on the fact that his name is Louie. You'll notice I never use his name at all in this whole video because I don't want to connect to his name first. I want to connect to the spirit, which I did in the beginning, and then the animal, and then we work on the dog characteristics, the dog needs that a dog has. So that's the process, and I hope you got something from this, and even if you take just one little thing away from the video, I hope that helps. And stay tuned for more videos. I'm the Autistic Dog Wizard. Have a great day. Oh, this is Jersey, by the way. This is my Bull Terrier. Bull Terrier Jersey. Bull Terrier Jersey. Sophie. Bull Terrier Sophie. Bull Terrier Sophie. Bull Terriers are awesome. That's for sure.